Another dark side shifty video for you today. Got a glow plug on this. I've been learning a lot about these engines. So when it's cold, it doesn't struggle to start, but it does kind of have a little kind of hesitate before it does start. It puffs out blue smoke at the back, which is two reasons. One of them I'm hoping is more so this. It is a chore to drive it, like jitters and stuff if it's cold. Tested the glow plugs, one of them was bad. So the glow plugs are really easy to get to in this video, in this car. Take that cover off again. There's a fuel filter we've done. And they're underneath this bit here. There is multiple engines in these, so make sure you're working with a D4162T. T for turbo probably. So prior to this, because I already know which glow plug it is, but I have warmed up the car. I just took it out on a spirited drive just to get it nice and hot. Once you take out that guy, it's easier if you take off these lines here, and then you get a little bit more wiggle room. Just be careful because these are plastic, they will probably be brittle, and that's also your fuel lines. So if you're looking at the engine at the front of the car here, you want to look in down the back of here, and these are your glow plugs. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 obviously for each cylinder. So 1, 2, 3, 4. To test them, I'm going to link a video down in the description because it's where I learned to do it, and yeah, pretty good video. So testing them with a multimeter. So when you use your multimeter, you want to turn it to your ohms reading setting. You want to take it to the lowest you can, so that's 200 for me. Then you test your resistance of your wires, which is 0.3 for me. It's very easy to test these if you've got a multimeter and you have an idea how to use it. So I used a pair of, these are circlip pliers. But if you've got a pair of grips with a 90-degree fitting, then it really helps. But take your time. On this engine here, they just pop up. It takes a good bit of effort to get used to it. And I'm not going to do it with one hand because for starters I'm using the wrong pair of grips. But yep, get those underneath there and then pull up on it. You want to get underneath it and then pull directly up. To try not pull it to the side or anything silly. There you go, it's up, and that's the end of your glow plug there. Try and get a good thing on it. Now to test it, in the video he says get it as close to possible to the base of the glow plug, but that's pretty hard. So yeah, I just put it's really hard to do with one hand and not being able to see. But yeah, I just grounded it off the engine and then touched the spark plug. Yeah, I'm struggling to show you on camera. Basically just ground it off the engine and then touch the top of the spark plug, glow plug. So this is what the new glow plug looks like, just so you've got an idea of what they look. So there's an 8mm head down there. So and then the threads here. These can get stuck in the engine, so you have to be dead careful taking these out because they can get stuck and then they can snap. So we don't want to be doing that. So here we are. Got my long head 8mm in there, down as far as it will go. It's very tight. It's actually stuck on there, and I'm going to be taking it off. Hopefully it's just going to come off, but as I said, I've heated up the car like I took it for a good drive, so the block itself, the head should I say itself, should be nice and warm. But there's only one way to find out with this, so yeah, wish me luck. Alright, Life of Brian, I'm a very, very lucky boy. That came out super easy. So these things are only torqued about 11 foot-pounds or newton meters, or very low, very low. It does actually say when you're buying them what they should be torqued to, but this one feels like it's coming out without any bother. I should kind of probably focus on what I'm filming. So that's good. I definitely think the nice spirited drive I took the car on beforehand definitely helped. So I'd highly recommend that because it's aluminium, so it will expand and contract very nicely. Yeah, it looks like we're coming up. It seems wobbly. We're probably going to have a very hot glow plug on the end of this. Alright, awesome. Got that out. So I'm just checking the spark plugs. I'm going to make sure this is a... they're not spark plugs. I'm just going to be checking the glow plug to make sure it's the same. Make sure it is also a 5 volt. Looks like it appears to be an NKG. And that was the other code that I was looking for online. As you can see on the Bosch one, 5 volt, made in France, and there's that part number there. Yeah, so I'm going to just double check, make sure it's right. You don't want to be putting the wrong one in, all that effort for nothing. But yeah, as soon as it's a bit easier, I'll get this on the table and I'll show you what the bad readings look like. Right, okay, so I've cleaned that off. It's a 5 volt one, so that's all good. So we are going to put the two ends. 108.81, that's quite high, that's pretty bad. And then on the new one, 8, so minus my 3, and that's about 5. Oh, that seems a bit low actually. The range from that video anyways that I watched was, the one which I've linked down in the description, is a range of, I think he said 6 to 0.5 ohms. But either way, that's a lot better. So we're going to fire this one in. Luckily this one came out very nicely, but you've seen when I, oh no, you didn't actually cleaned it off before you seen, but there was a lot of like white stuff all the way up here, and that's like literally just aluminium oxidizing, because this is steel, mild steel. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, I would say it would be mild steel, so yeah. And it's not as if you can really put stuff on. You could put some anti-seize or something on the threads, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, I'm going to put this one back in, the new one in, should I say. Don't put it back in. Just like spark plugs, there's a lot of crud and stuff, so we don't really want that to go in there. And I'm going to hand thread it in and just make sure that it's not going to get cross threaded or anything, so I'm going to take it slow and hand thread it in first. Because the last thing you want to do is take the threads out. So it says tighten torque up to 6 Newton meters and then torque to 8 Newton meters. I do not have a torque wrench that goes that low, but I know that is not a lot of pressure at all. So that is literally in, and I'm just going to nip it up. And yeah, but if you're doing this, obviously go get a good little torque wrench that's for this. But okay, so that's it in. It's tightened to absolutely nothing. I've just tested it off camera there, and it's sitting around, it was like 0.8, 0.9, so pretty damn good. So we just need to get that clip back on. Easier than what it looks, especially when you try to do it through the lens of a camera. There we go. And then just a simple push down, then that's it, back on. Cool. Successfully changed a big scary glow plug. That was actually not too bad. Still need to put everything back together, but I was scared to do that job. And I shouldn't have been, because it came out pretty easy. But do take your time when you're initially taking the spark plugs out. Take the car out for a good drive, get it nice and hot. Make sure you're going to burn yourself, you know, on the exhaust kind of thing. And yeah, fingers crossed it comes out nice and easy for you as well. Yeah, all in all, not too bad. I did take this little bracket off here. This guy here, just because give me a little bit more room, a little bit more wiggle room just in there. It's only two 30mm Torx bolts, so nice and easy. Get a little bit more playroom, and yeah, just be careful of your lines as well, your fuel lines. Right, I'm going to stop blabbering, put this all back together, and I'm going to start the car up and make sure it's happy and it's not going to throw up any codes. Alright, cool. So, put everything half back together just so I can get out if there's any problems. Hopefully, no problems. I'm just going to switch on the car and see if it's happy still. And then whilst it's running, I'm going to check them fuel lines that I've been kind of pulling and prying about with. Just make sure that they're not leaking. So... oh. Well, it seems happy there anyways. It's still warm, but that started up quite quickly. I wasn't expecting that actually. Okay, better go check them fuel lines. Alright, that's it done. That was dead easy. That was dead easy. I was expecting for it to put up way more of a fight. The car's on like 120,000 miles. I do not know if the glow plugs have been changed beforehand or what, but anyways, there's one glow plug that has been changed. So I only did the one because I didn't want to have the hassle of doing all four of them and then one snaps on me. I just wanted to do what was needed to get done. So there, done. Glow plug number 2 for cylinder 2 has been changed. I believe it's cylinder 2 if you count back from the crank anyways, but yeah, pretty easy. So go over the problems that I was having when the car was cold. It was stuttering and stumbling. It was really hard to kind of just to keep it rolling, to keep it moving. It just just like a kangaroo petrol, as they say. And the other issue was that it also reeked a lot of blue smoke when it started. It would and then smoke out the house. So yeah, done. Alright, thank you very much. I hope the video helped you, and if it did, leave a like. But yeah, that's how to change a glow plug in a Volvo C30.